Coach, in this particular game, down early, but then you're able to come back and rally. So kind of give us the overview of how your team developed through the game. As you gave up some three-pointers, offensively they were cooking, but then you're able to to get them, dig into them defensively.
I think just staying tough throughout the whole game, even when we were down. We just wanted to stay together and just know that the game's long, and just remain tough through the game. And that's what we did. We just fought for 48 minutes, and it went our way.
What kind of disruptions were you able to kind of wrinkle into them to prevent them from really getting off track in the second half?
Just getting a little bit more physical into the ball. I think in the first half they kind of were able just to do whatever they wanted to. We did a great job in the fourth quarter of holding them to 15 points. But just being tough, like I said, and just being disruptive with being physical, and kind of knocking them off their spots and not letting them do what they want to
do. Really, perimeter defense stepped up in the second half. Some live ball turnovers and some open court play, and your players, they put themselves in position to really do well and get that win.
For sure. With Chandler coming in, he added a lot of length, and he helps us on the defensive end. With Sam coming back, it does the same as well. I think both of those guys and some other guys made some really big plays on the defensive end, especially in times in the fourth quarter, the third quarter when we needed stops. But I think just staying after it and playing together and being able to help each other when somebody gets beat is just overall what we tried to do, and just try to be tough all around on the defensive end.
One more question on the offense. They tried to wrap up Javonte Smart quite a bit during that first half. He was an point of emphasis for them, but he got through and he made him pay.
It just goes back to what we're saying, just playing through the whole game. There's been times where he could have just stopped or could have been frustrated because things weren't going his way, but he just stayed through the whole game, 48 minutes, just kept his foot down, kept being aggressive, and kept looking for the open shots that we want him to take.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Micah Potter, talk about the physical nature of the game and how you're able to kind of tip the scales in your favor in the second half.
Well, big thing is you got some of these new additions like Chandler Hutchison and Sam Thompson, like bigger bodies, veteran presences, guys like that who know how to really lock in and help defensively, offensively, doing the little things, grabbing rebounds, crashing, making the right cuts, the right pass, those kinds of things. They really have helped us out a lot since they've been here. But a big thing is just staying locked in. That's something we've kind of had some growing pains with having a really young team. But guys have really started to learn to lock in, for the full 48 minutes. Basketball is a game of runs, so they went on some runs, we went on some runs. But a lot of the time it'll come down to the fourth quarter. And we were just able to come out on top today.
Could you see that develop during the course of the game, getting down 17 in the second quarter and then chopping it down to 11 at the half? Was that something that here's where we can make that stride and make that gain?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's a game of runs. So leads like that can diminish within 3-4 minutes. So and we've had leads with us that have gone away that quickly. So we know it's possible. So the biggest thing is just locking in. We know we can get our spots. We lock in, we can get to the right spots, make our shots. Even if we're not making shots, we know defensively if we lock in, rotate, talk, be communicative, all that kind of stuff, we can be a really dangerous team. And so just making sure we grow through those growing pains, and now it's starting to work out really well.
Do you try to put extra emphasis on the fourth quarter, or try to really have a level-headed approach throughout the entire 4 quarters, knowing that the fourth quarter is the time where you really have to execute?
Yeah, I would say it's more of a level-headed approach because while those leads can go away really quick and you can climb back into the game, sometimes if you get yourself down too much in the first half, mentally it's a lot harder to come back and take that lead back. So I'd say it's more of a level-headed approach, but also not dropping off. So you're staying at that level, but you're not dropping off, throughout the game, especially at the end of the game.
Thanks, Micah.
Yep, absolutely.